Good evening, traders. Good evening, account builders, and good evening, everyone in between. It's Ant-Man here, and in this video, I'm going to be reviewing a couple of plays that I may or may not be watching for tomorrow. As I always state, this is a preliminary watch list, which means that not every play that I go over right now will actually make it to my final watch list, but that's totally okay. That's totally fine. I'm a firm believer in idea generation. And if anyone can benefit off an idea that I've generated, even one person, then that makes me feel good that I was able to help somebody do that. So with that said, let's get right into it. There are a lot of carryovers. There are a couple of carryovers. Actually, there's one carryover from Monday and Tuesday, and that would be our good friend PCG. PCG has been putting in these little nothing days, but from what I can see here, they are kind of stepping down towards what I've called a point of no return, where it's just open chart underneath. As I pointed out in yesterday's video, I do not know if the all the negative press is baked into the price or if there is a lot more downside to come. So it's just a nice spec play that I want to keep on the side chart. It's not going to be a main watch unless the floor caves in on PCG. So that's the way I'm going to handle PCG right now. Didn't trade it today, just watched it. Yeah, I think that's all I really have to say on PCG. The next one that I will be watching is NKTR. NKTR, I happened to notice today on my Rangers, Movers, and Shakers scanner. This is a scanner that I have set to show me what stocks had the most range in the day. Not the biggest move up or down, but the most range. And the one that was leading the pack here is NKTR. And if we go to that chart, let me get that out of the way. We go to the chart here on NKTR. You can see the huge day that it did have. There was, I don't remember the headline. I don't have my news feed open right now. There was some positive news on NKTR, something about a collaboration with another drug company, possibly Gilead. But it was very good news, or at least the street thought it was very good news, and investors thought it was very good news. And it caused the stock to squeeze out and squeeze hard. And the reason why I took notice of this is because when I pulled this up on my scanner, one of the first things that I noticed was a short float of almost 22%. That's a pretty heavy amount of the shares to be held short. That was weird. Okay. And if we pull back on this chart here a little bit, what we can see is that we have two areas that are going to be very key to shorts covering up their positions and getting squeezed out. The first area is this right here at 42.24, and this area which kind of broke already, 41.31. The area that's of more concern to me is the 42.34 area. That's the area that will incite some panic in all these shorts that are in here and that are in here. And if we go to the intraday chart, we can see how this was coming down, and then right here's where it squeezed up. And for those of you that are Trick Trades members and those of you that have watched the Hyperscan video watch list, Pat goes over the fact that shorts probably would have added here and here, which is kind of my thinking as well, that this is a very heavily shorted stock, and as you can tell by the daily chart, a stock that has been shorted for a very long time. It's just been in a straight downtrend since back in September. and the short float has always been around 20%. So it is a very heavily shorted stock, and it's one that, if we do have an update in the market, I will definitely be watching, because this thing will get going. Let's see. Sorry about that, guys. I just had a little tickle in my throat. I just had a cough and take a little swig of water, which I'm doing again right now. So as I was saying, this is a heavily shorted stock, NKTR. The one thing that I do want to say about it is that it normally can be a little volatile, can be a little fakey, and it can move on you. So those are my words of caution to you. Just be careful if you're going to trade the stock. You can see here the float is 171 million, so it's not a terribly low float stock to experience the kind of moves that it can experience. But it is a biotech, and they are known to be a bit more volatile than others. You know, for a $40-something stock, this thing can put in 1.5 to 2 point candles. So just be very careful with it. It can be fakey, can be volatile. If you are going to trade it, I would definitely use smaller size on this. And it's not going to give you 10 points, but even 100 shares will get you a nice day, and it won't bite you in the ass too much. This one other area that I will be watching, actually, that I just thought about this second. Let me go to the intraday chart for you. There is one area that I will be watching tomorrow. If this thing does pull back, and that is what I would really want to see. I would want to see some kind of pullback, really get some more shorts in here, trap them, and then this thing gets ramped. That's what I would really love to see. There's two areas that I'd be keeping my eye on. One is this 40 right here for support. As you can see, it is, just pull this out a little bit. Yeah, that's what it's fine. It is the low of this after hours session, and it's also a very nice round hole number. If it does get below 40, I will be watching the VWAP of the close of yesterday. The VWAP of the close of the previous day is, in my opinion, a very underlooked at, underutilized area, but I have found in certain situations it will hold. It doesn't always hold every day. It's not key support and resistance, but it is an area to at least keep in the back of your mind, of an area just to watch. Just to, when price gets there, if an area of support or resistance just broke and it's in that area, it doesn't hurt just to keep a set of eyes on and see what happens there. So next one on my list here is WB, Weibo. This is one that I actually almost had on yesterday's watch list, or this morning's watch list. And as you can see by the price action this morning, I wish I did have it on the watch list. This thing was an absolutely beautiful short that we missed out on, but you know, what can you do? You can't catch every single play in the market. Yesterday I had my notes down to PCG, Netflix, HSIC, AGN, WB, Costco, ICE, and NTAP, and I didn't want to bombard everyone with 8 tickers to look at and consider. So my goal was to cut the list in half down to 4 tickers, and that's what I did. And I ended up deciding on PCG, Netflix, HSIC, and AGN, and I eliminated Weibo, Costco, ICE, and NTAP from that list. So that's why it wasn't on the watch list, the preliminary watch list yesterday. In any event, as you can see here, this I had daily levels of 6108 and 6017 marked, and things sold off, pulled back weekly, and rejected beautifully right under this area of support here. Got under the 6017, under the 50 EMA, and just fell apart. Fell apart to the tune of about 2.5 points. So this would have been a beautiful play today. So what I'm kind of looking for is the same type of setup for tomorrow. I want to see what this can do, if this can give us some kind of day 2 short. Right now we're sitting at around 59.50, so I will be watching for a pop back into the 60 if we ramp in the morning. And if we do sell off in the morning, I will be watching this 57, 59, 58 area and seeing what it does there. And the last one that I will have possibly is a watch for tomorrow. I am carrying over NTAP. I'm sorry, I think I said that I eliminated it. I did not eliminate it. Again, my thoughts are getting ahead of my mouth. NTAP is putting in this nice wedge pattern right here. I thought today was going to be the day where it picked its direction, but it really didn't. It looks like it kind of wanted to sell off and kind of wanted to move down, but it just held this little area here. So tomorrow it is on the apex. I mean, if you want to maybe move this trend line to today's low, then we have one more day in the wedge before we hit the apex. And I still will be looking for some type of pop and drop on this. You know, we are at 58.67. That's the last print, which is right around here. So to pop into here or to pop into the 60, it's not too unthinkable for that to happen. So like I said, that's what I have for you as of right now. Tomorrow morning, I will be going over the gappers and the rangers and seeing what presents itself, what are the best opportunities to capitalize on. So that's all I got for you right now. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them as fast as I can. If you want to hit me up on Twitter, that's perfectly fine. My handle is @TheTonyManji, which I will leave in the description below. If you want to learn how to formulate trade plans and how to trade proper stocks, why don't you come by TradeTraders.com. I'll leave a link in the description below as well. Check us out, see what we're all about. And that's about it. So I will catch you all on the flip-flop. Have a great night, guys. Ciao.